Hello members, once again Engineer Aaron Kisashe, and I'm glad to be here with you again. And I would like to thank you all my dear subscribers on Javinio Software World YouTube channel. And today I'm going to take you through a C++ program, and I'll be explaining a program that reads a positive integer entered by an interactive user and then prints out all the positive divisors of the integers in the column in the decreasing order. So we are going to begin from the first line of code, which is the include IO stream. Remember, every C++ program should begin with the include open tag IO stream, and this line includes the input-output stream library, which allows a user to use cin for input and cout for output. So using namespace, this line ensures that you don't need to prefix standard library functions with std. It simplifies the code by allowing the direct usage of CI, SIN, and cout, and etc. So we are going to define the print divisors function. The print divisors function, we are going to define it. So we are going to begin from the function declaration. The function declaration as void print divisors into brackets int num. This function takes an integer num as input and returns nothing as void. So for a loop, for a loop int I equals num and I is less or equal to 1. So the loop starts with I equal to num and decrements by 1 until I is greater than or equal to 1. So the if condition, if num percentage I is equivalent to 0, this checks if num is divisible by I, i.e. if the remainder when num is divided by I is 0. So if it is true, the value of I is printed as the divisor of num. So we go to the printing divisor, which is the cout I end. So the divisor I is printed and the new line is added to start printing the next divisor on a new line. So we go to the main function, which is int main. So the main function will include the introduction, which will be saying the program is designed to exhibit the positive divisors or positive integers supplied by a user. So the program prints a brief explanation of its functionality, and its functionality would be exhibiting a positive divisor of a positive integer, and the purpose is to help the user understand the program, what it does. So we move to the main loop. The main loop that handles the response. So the variable declaration share response stores the user's response, which is either y in capital or y in small for yes, and n in capital or n for no. So int num, as you see it, stores the positive integer and input from the user. So we also have a do-while loop. A do-while loop will continue to run until the user decides to stop. So it will contain the prompt for input. So our prompt for input will be cout, and under quotation we shall ask it to please enter a positive integer. And input validation, which is while num is greater or equal to 0, if the user enters a non-positive integer, it repeatedly asks until a positive integer is provided. So if a non-positive integer is inputted in our program, so our program will print out that it is not a positive integer, the end. So we go to calling, which is the print divisors. We shall print the divisors. So the function is called with the user's input num, printing all divisors of num. So we also have a code which prompts for repetition. Cout, the cout, would you like to see the divisors of another integer? Y for yes, N for no. So this asks the user if they want to repeat the process for another integer. We shall also have the response validation. So which will ensure that the user's response is valid as y in capital, O in small, N or N in small. So we shall also have the loop control, the while response. So while response of equivalence of y or y in small, the loop will continue if the user responds with y or y. So if you enter a different letter besides y, the program will not run. And lastly, we have the program termination, which is the return. So the return statement, which is return 0, indicates that the program has executed successfully. So in summary, the program I had designed prompts the user to input a positive integer and then prints all of its divisors in decreasing order. After printing the divisors, it takes the user whether they want to enter another integer or exit the program. The loop continues until the user decides to stop. So we are gonna run our code and see whether our program was successful. As you see, this program is designed to exhibit a positive divisor or positive integer. So they are asking us to please enter a positive integer. Let us put 36 as the question required. So it will print out all the divisors of that positive integer. And again, it will ask us, would you like to see the divisors of another integer? So we shall reply yes, which is y. So after replying yes, it will again ask you, please enter a positive integer. Let us assume we have entered 0. So it will show you that 0 is not a positive integer. So it will again ask you, please enter a positive integer. Because the program is designed to exhibit a positive divisor of a positive integer, so let us put 109 as our positive integer. So it will say yes as option 1. So again it will ask, would you like to see the divisors of another integer? So let us input m and we see. So they are asking, please respond with y or y or yes and n. So I've entered m and the program wants me to either enter y or n. So I will put n, no. So it will indicate that our program has successfully been executed and it is working smoothly. So my dear subscribers on YouTube, please follow, like, share, subscribe, stay blessed till we meet up on another session of programming. Bye bye.